bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast NewsMakers.
Hello and welcome back to Comcast NewsMakers. I'm Maggie Clara, and yes, we are leading up to Election Day, which is November 4th. A great variety of measures and candidates on your ballot, and we're trying to do our part to introduce you to a little bit more of what you're going to be voting on. And right now we're going to be focusing on Measure A in Santa Clara County, and to help us do that is Chris Wilder. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Maggie.
Frequent guest. Nice to see you again.
Good
Chris
to be here.
is Executive Director of the Valley Medical Center Foundation. Valley Medical Center in Santa Clara County is the county hospital. And well, let's get right into it. We have a few minutes to talk about Measure A. Why do we need it? What is it?
Well, Valley Medical Center, regardless of where you get your normal health care, really is the hospital for everyone. We operate the top Level 1 trauma center in San Jose and all parts surrounding. We operate one of 2 burn centers in Northern California, and these are services that are at risk if Measure A doesn't pass. And the reason is that all hospitals in California must be seismically safe by 2013. That's a state law that was passed. And in fact, I have a little photo of the hospital in question. This is the oldest part of VMC, and it was built in 1958.
Wow.
This photo shot in 1965. But it represents the oldest part of the hospital that does not meet the state seismic deadline. And so Measure A is designed to raise $840 million that will be used to take this hospital down and replace it with a new state-of-the-art hospital. Again, that capacity will allow us to maintain our trauma services, maintain our burn unit, maintain our spinal cord injury program, and so many of the other really important essential services that everyone in the county relies on.
So the $840 million is raised through means of?
That's a general obligation bond, and that means that it needs 67% of the voters to pass it, which is a tall order in this economy. It's not going to be an easy thing to do, but fortunately we have lots of support and we really have no opposition. Everyone has endorsed Measure A, the GOP, the Democrats, the League of Women Voters, the Silicon Valley Leadership Group. Everyone's on board, and no one has opposed Measure A. When you open up your ballot statement, we're the only measure where there'll be an argument in favor and no argument against. And if that were enough to win, I wouldn't be here today, but it's not.
So a voter will be going in to look at this measure and say, well, what's the downside for me? I mean, what does it cost me directly if I vote yes?
Right. Well, it's not going to cost much. It's roughly $65 per homeowner in Santa Clara County, and that'll be an increase in property taxes, which, if you think about what you get, is really a bargain. VMC serves 1 in 4 residents of Santa Clara County, and no matter where you get your regular health care, you never know when you might need Valley Medical Center. VMC is really the only Level 1 trauma center in San Jose. We operate the burn center, as I mentioned, and a lot of other services that you may need, and you may not know you need them until something terrible happens. But really, the crux of Measure A is that we've got to become seismically compliant. The reason this law even exists is that because in 1994, the Northridge earthquake shuttered 11 hospitals in Southern California. This is what we're trying to avoid by passing Measure A. I mean, honestly, this is a matter of life and death. 77 people lost their lives in Southern California in the Northridge quake. And if VMC is not standing when the next big one comes, we're all in big trouble.
See, I'm knocking wood. We shouldn't talk like that. I know you have to. But how many beds are we talking about that need to be replaced?
Well, more than half of VMC's 524 beds are in these seismically non-compliant buildings, 272 beds. And Santa Clara County already has fewer hospital beds per capita than almost any other large community in this country. So if we lose these beds, we're in big, big trouble. And we won't really have the capacity to be the center of disaster planning and emergency preparedness that VMC is. That's another important role that Measure A is going to address.
So if Measure A is not passed, what happens to the existing hospital?
Well, if we lose half of our beds, and again, that's what the state law says, then we won't be able to operate our trauma center, we'll have to shut down the burn center, and we will not be able to have that surge capacity in case a natural or man-made disaster were to take place.
Right.
So this is critical.
All right, folks, you need to do some reading and some investigating on your own as well. Chris Wilder from Valley Medical Center. It's Measure A. You'll see it on your ballot. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back a little bit later.